Hello again, Kendopolis! Dr. Kendo is back right here with another Scribblenauts Unlimited object editor commentary where I create your favorite characters in the Scribblenauts Unlimited object editor, which is only a feature on the Wii U and PC versions of this game. I just create whatever is most popular, most requested, voted by you guys in the comments section. We pick it each week across all of my Scribblenauts creation videos. We're gonna go ahead and start off with a man as the source object right here. As you can see, we specifically do want this man, although you could probably do it with other, I guess, humanoids and humans in this game. Notice though, we're taking the male twin. If you type in twin, you can see that actually these it's back arm of the male twin we're using in essence as the pants that Crash Bandicoot has on. But notice we took them away for a second after that because I wanted to show you there is a difference if you kind of do this creation in a way where you make it bigger before putting on the limbs. It'll actually have kind of different proportions and stuff. So basically what I'm saying is that we made the body a little bit bigger, but really we just increased the size of the entire creation before we put down the twin arms for real. So that's why I took them away, I threw them in the trash and then I put them back on. Chalk, of course, the riding chalk, if you didn't know. The chalk is gonna be for Crash Bandicoot's legs right here because yes, we are creating Crash Bandicoot. I don't even think I mentioned that. Yes, this is a remake creation, of course, because we did create Crash Bandicoot a long time ago. We got an equal sign that we're typing in right now, but that's after we did shoe, of course, for both of the shoes, but then also for the bottom of the shoes, there's this big white line right there at the very bottom. That was glow stick, painted all the way white. Kenpo is what I just typed in, and that's one of Maxwell's many brothers, and I do realize that it sounds like Kendo, so thank you for that. So notice that we're just painting everything. It's kind of this orangish color and whatnot for his fur, obviously, but we also painted those gloves that brown kind of color because we're also then going to use these fingerless gloves and use that same orange fur color now on the fingerless gloves, and they're actually going to be the fingers coming out of his gloves, which are fingerless gloves. Hopefully that wasn't confusing in any way. And a first for this series, I've used a racing bridle. Of course, that's what they attach to horses for racing, and it basically goes over the horse's head all around it. And so that racing bridle we're actually going to use for the tie, basically for his pants. You know, he's got the drawstring and the tie right there. And so we're also going to take that chalk like we did before for the legs, but this time it's going to be a line in his pants right here. So Crash Bandicoot coming together. And yet another new stamp coming up next is Diaculon, and this is actually, I believe that can be pronounced different ways depending on where you're from in the world, but it's kind of like a lead plaster. You can look it up if you want to know more about what that is, but basically I'm teaching you new words, new stamps probably. But we're already at the properties editor. This is a feature in Scribblenauts Unlimited where you can edit health and other things about your creation kind of behind the scenes, and so I like to read background information and fun facts about whatever we create in this series once I get to this part of these videos. Back almost 3 years ago from the time of this recording, the date was January 12th, 2014, I created Crash Bandicoot before the Insane Trilogy remakes had come out in episode 52 of my Scribblenauts creation series here, and now we're obviously back with a remake of Crash, and it's in the wake of those remakes that I just spoke of, where the Insane Trilogy has come out as of June 30th, 2017 on PlayStation 4. It's a collection of remasters of the first 3 titles in the Crash Bandicoot series. Of course, that's Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, and Warped, all originally developed back in the 90s. We're starting off with the head as the source object because we're now going to create his head separately. You guys probably know, of course, that Crash uses spinning and jumping techniques for his attacks in the games, and we're actually just a bit limited in Scribblenauts Unlimited. Yes, I definitely do understand how strange that sentence sounds, but it's true. We can have him bash or shoot projectiles, but not exactly spin around for his attack animation or anything like that. So we'll just be aware of that when we test our creation in combat a little bit later on. I'm going with a dog tail right now. You notice that we put the back arm of a beauty in there for the snout, the muzzle, the bottom jaw piece and lip, and that's also the teeth, if I didn't say that already. And we got a worm, the middle body piece of a worm. That's actually for the nose. Notice I just took the underside back fin of a dolphin. So if you kind of point towards the middle of the dolphin, middle bottom of its body, basically kind of near the fin that you can visibly see, there's one that you can't see. And we want this one that you can't see, although you could probably even do the other fin too. It's just that that other fin that you see visibly when you type in dolphin in this game it has a little dot on it, like a black dot. And some things in Scribblenauts Unlimited have it and some don't. It's generally where like an arm connects to a body or a leg piece connects to somewhere. You know, it's kind of like a brad, if you imagine like a little brad. We got a squid upper tentacle piece. We're also going to take a jellyfish upper tentacle piece. Basically, you can find this just just near the jellyfish or squid's body, it just looks kind of like a little black line. This is going to be the stamp limit reached. Of course, I was talking about Scribblenauts Unlimited being kind of very limited, actually, not just kind of limited. One of the limitations also is the stamp space, and a stamp is just any of those pieces that we use to create our object overall. Notice here as we're doing the head, we are in the properties editor once again, but for the head object, for Crash Bandicoot's head, you want to fill in this circle that says can be worn on the face like glasses, kind of near the bottom right here, so just fill that circle in and that'll put the head kind of where it needs to go. You'll see in a second how we connect those two, the head to the body. But yeah, we got a dog tail, we got comb overs kind of for that mohawk. The dolphin fin piece was those ears with tear in there for the inner ear color. Golem shoulder pieces for the white of the eyes. We had a pearl for the iris, you know, the colored part of the eyes, and wart and pea for the pupils and the shine in the eyes. So here you see our Crash Bandicoot right now. Looks like he's all set up. This is actually pretty amazing because I'm going to take the head off and show you we actually can just then put the head into the hands of our body object. You know, act like you're giving the body some kind of object. You could, you know, like giving them a weapon, giving them anything. You try to put that head piece into the hands of the body object, and if you scripted it correctly, like I showed you back on the head object for the properties editor, it will just go up top there like it's you gave it glasses and it put those glasses on. So, I mean, I'm really happy that this head seems to have actually landed really where I wanted it to go. I mean, I'm not even saying like within a tiny iota. It's like exactly where I want it. We're gonna go ahead and make him fight something right now. We got a crazy frog that's actually now running away scared. Of course, Crash Bandicoot started off as scared, but what we do in the scripting tool for basically all of my creations in this series is we try to script them with a script that says basically when they lose or gain health, they're gonna go ahead and apply an adjective to themselves. So Crash Bandicoot got the adjective of brave, and so you can do like brave or fearless or any synonym of that, and it looks like he's taking out this giant frog. This is kind of a small reference, I guess, to enemies in the game. I mean, we could also do a knight, you know, kind of in those early levels, of course, in that insane trilogy. You know, you can fight off frogs, you step on them, you know, you jump on the frogs, or take on this knight right here, that knight at the beginning of the game that can hardly swing a sword. I think actually with the sword, this knight would win the battle. I normally when you add a weapon in there, the character does substantially better, but we just took the sword away just to see our Crash Bandicoot win some more fights. But something that I hope that my audience likes to see is past characters that I've done fighting each other in a Scribblenauts Civil War type of thing. We got Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's. This is, of course, my remake of Bonnie because we have made Bonnie before, and we've made basically like all of Bonnie's forms. And holy crap, I did not realize this is probably going to take a long time. You can see that they're just trading punch for punch, and it's kind of going pretty slow, I would say. So I think that this definitely will need to be sped up. I can't imagine you guys wanting to just sit here and watch them punch and punch and punch in real time or whatever, and we want to see the results, so I won't cut anything out. So notice it's gonna speed up right here at this point in the video. Remember, of course, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Even if you're not interested in Scribblenauts Unlimited to play, a lot of people still watch this series to kind of see the artistic side of it. And oh man, it looks like Bonnie is actually gonna be victorious right there. Bonnie beats Crash. Who would have thought? But yeah, I mean, even if you don't play Scribblenauts Unlimited, some people I know get entertainment just out of watching this. Notice that we've also got, of course, Dr. Neo Cortex right here, the kind of main villain or antagonist of the Crash Bandicoot games, and so usually he's kind of the last boss, not always, but there was his head, and so now we got his body right here. There's a shambler back arm for the legs, chicken finger for the feet down there, Jenny Green Teeth back arms for the gloves, those rubber gloves, baboon, middle tail piece, kind of near the body, that's for the arms, skinny little arms, beauty back arm for those popped lab coat collars right there, squid, tentacle piece to be the line down the middle, a hazmat worker was the source object. We got button, of course, button from clothing is the buttons there on the lab coat for Dr. Neo Cortex. And so here we go. It's going to be the ultimate showdown between Crash Bandicoot and, of course, Dr. Neo Cortex right here, Crash Bandicoot. And we do have a little little script on. It's actually not doing any damage, but basically Cortex, we could have given him a lot of different types of attacks. You know, we probably can custom create a ray gun even if we wanted to do that. But basically, I opted to go ahead and have him bash so that it's kind of a fair fight between him and Crash Bandicoot right here. But he also has the script of whenever he loses or gains health, we wait a little bit of time after he applies the adjective of brave, and then he'll basically shoot a projectile of just a big purple lint. And lint is not because I intend for him to actually shoot out lint. You use other things in Scribblenauts Unlimited, like how we use dog tails for Crash Bandicoot's hair and a comb over, things like that. You try to be creative and use stamps to be something that they're actually not, if that makes sense. So, for instance, I've made mouths in this game of characters, characters' mouths, and I've done them with like a croissant for teeth. You notice that, of course, we used arms for legs and a glow stick as like the bottom of Crash Bandicoot's shoes, and for God's sake, a chicken finger for the little feet on there of Cortex, and it actually looks like Crash Bandicoot is gonna be victorious, as he probably should, otherwise, the good guy's gonna lose here. So this is looking like it's coming down to the wire. I don't see Cortex coming back from that. Boom! Crash Bandicoot dealing the finishing blow. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I say it a lot recently just because if you, regardless of where you're watching these, whether it's in the future and you're seeing my series or you're in the present watching it right now as it got uploaded, I am about to have a baby. So my baby Kendo is going to be my first child ever. It's going to be a son. I'm having a baby boy. And being that he's going to be born pretty soon, there may be like 1 week where I don't have a video out just because we're probably going to be in the hospital for several days. You don't just go in and out and have the baby and it's done in like no time at all. There's some procedures and stuff like that. And I don't know when baby Kendo's going to come. His due date is October 9th, but he could come early, he could come late, he could come right on time. I don't know. We're hoping for on time. So just be aware if there is a Sunday where I don't have a video up, that's the reason. But I also did just want to say, I feel this is important. I will be uploading Scribblenauts Unlimited videos as best as I can, kind of in the weeks after baby Kendo is born. So, like 1 or 2 weeks there right after he's born. I'm going to try to have episodes done in advance. I've seriously, because I don't ever have enough time in my life at all for anything, I really try to make time for the viewers in the YouTube channel. I answer all of your comments. But one thing that this has meant is just kind of over the past like 6 to 7 months, I've been working on 1 or 2 episodes. I really don't have that many kind of in my back pocket, to upload later on. So you may see that some episodes are not most popular, most requested based on your comments. I will continue to be keeping tabs on those, so do not worry. Even after my baby's born, you'll keep requesting like normal. Just please bear with me if some of the episodes are actually not whatever's most popular, just again within those first few weeks. I'm sure we'll get back into the swing of things within a few weeks. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but just know that after my baby's born, things are gonna change, and so I'm just gonna try to be adapting as best as I can, and I hope you guys will still support me in my time of need like that. I'm gonna have no sleep. I'm gonna be really tired and making mistakes all over the place, so just bear with me during that time. And then eventually we'll just be back to normal, or somewhat normal, but I'm gonna show off my kid. You guys can see baby Kendo, and he'll be a part of this channel. I hope that you guys welcome him with open arms like you do me. I love you guys. Kendopolis. And I will catch you guys on the next vid. And of course, thanks for viewing. So I step on other lives' twists and turns, and I made the cycles end with dignity and courage. Now I hope to God that everyone can learn something from what I say, and hopefully you flourish. Getting down to the meta, let's look at it more.